Well, hello and good evening, everybody, and welcome to Port Royal Speedway here in Port Royal, PA, for another fantastic racing program here at the Speed Palace. On the card tonight, we have the Penske Racing Shock Super Late Models, the River Rock Campground and RV Park Limited Late Models, and the Penns Valley Meat Market Pennsylvania Sprint Series on the card. A fine field of cars are set to take action here on this big half mile at the Port Royal Speedway. We have 28 drivers as of now signed in for Super Late Model competition. We have 31 305 sprint cars on the ground to go with 19 River Rock Limited Late Models here as well. Get a good bang for your buck here at the Port Royal Speedway. We have 5 features that we need to get finished here tonight. 2, of course, are makeup features from a couple weeks ago for the River Rock Campground and RV Park Limited Late Models and the Penns Valley Meat Market Pennsylvania Sprint Series. We're going to run those 2 features first on the program right after hot laps. And then we will go into the regular scheduled program where we are going to have heat races. We're going to have 3 heat races for the Penske Racing Shocks Super Late Models, 2 heat races for the Limited Late Models, and 3 heat races for the 305s. Tentatively scheduled, we're going to have 2 B mains here tonight. 1 for the Penske Racing Shock Super Late Models and 1 for the Penns Valley Meat Market Pennsylvania Sprint Series. As you can see, track is open now for 305 drivers to get heat in their engines. When they are done with that, we are going to go directly into tonight's hot laps. The division that will be up first tonight will be the River Rock Campground Limited Late Models. As if you are new here to the Port Royal Speedway, we thank you so very much for coming out. And we thank you for everyone that is tuning in at home on FloRacing. Wish you could be here, but hopefully you enjoy the broadcast. My colleague, Brad Strasser, will be making his way into the press box in a matter of moments. Let's looking at the point standings for the Penske Racing Shocks Super Late Models coming into tonight's competition. Greg Satterley is the points leader. Satterley has a 30-point gap over Trevor Feathers. Feathers was able to get a feature win with us during opening day. Justin Weaver sits 3rd in the point standings. Him and Trevor Feathers are actually tied for 2nd. Hayes Mattern right now in 4th with 615 points. Andrew Yoder rounds out the top 5. Then you have Dylan Stake right now in the 6th spot. Dylan Yoder in 7th. Rick Ecker 8th. Gary Stuhler 9th. And Chad Myers rounds out the top 10 in Penske Racing Shock Super Late Model point standings coming into this event. If you're new here to the Port Royal Speedway, don't forget to check out the Port Royal Speedway novelty stand. Kathy Kaufman can get you hooked up with your official Speed Palace merchandise. Before you leave here tonight, don't forget to purchase a hat, a t-shirt, hoodie, koozie, you name it. Make sure you check out the Port Royal Speedway novelty stand. Also, we have plenty of food vendors here as well. Our official Fast Time sponsor for the Weikert Livestock 410 Sprint Cars, Packers Concessions, they are open for business. We also have Shorty's Funnel Cakes as well. Danny's Barbecue, their barbecue stand is open behind the main grandstands as well. Hopefully you checked out the Port Royal Speedway fan zone when they made their way through the gates. If you're also looking for the family section here in the main grandstands, come on down here to Section C. We call that the Keith Kaufman family section. Absolutely no alcoholic beverages are permitted in that area. Also, another friendly reminder that we want to let you know that there is no smoking or vaping in the grandstands. Once again, no smoking or vaping allowed in the grandstands all the way from turn number 4 to turn number 1. But we will stick with this Keith Kaufman theme. Brad Strassers will bring you in as next week is a huge program, not only here at the Port Royal Speedway, but we're talking about Central PA, especially in 410 competition.
Yeah, it's a part of the PA Posse 410 Sprint Car Series that has been getting rolling here in the local area. Of course, Ryan Smith winning with us last time out. Troy Wagaman Jr. picking up a win in that series last night at Williams Grove. With the Keith Kaufman Classic coming up, it has yet to be announced on social media, but we have a number of bonuses and contingency prizes that have come together for heat race winners, as well as extra money being put towards the feature winner, and there will be money for the first non-qualifier in that event as well. So lots of extra money coming up for grabs. That'll be announced on social media here tomorrow, but thousands of dollars, extra dollars being poured into that race coming up next week, and a lot of sponsors to help thank to make that possible. They'll all get their due here in just about 24 hours.
So next weekend, mark your calendars, it's going to be the big $15,000 to win Keith Kaufman Classic. Next Saturday, also on the card, are going to be the East Coast Wingless Sprint and the Wingless Sportsman. That show gets underway at 6 p.m. Then we kick off the month of May with the Weichert's Livestock 410 Sprint Cars, the Penske Racing Shocks Super Late Models, and the Penns Valley Meat Market 305 Sprint Cars. It's also going to be Ladies' Night here on May the 2nd. $10 general admission for all you wonderful ladies out there. It is also Camera and Autograph Night. Next Saturday is our first 7 o'clock show of the year. Then we are off on Saturday, May 9th. Then we get right back in action here on Saturday, May 16th. With the Weichert Livestock 410 Sprint Car Series, or excuse me, the Weichert Livestock 410 Sprint Cars. That is also another PA Posse Racing Series. $7,500 to win. Also, the Empire Super Sprints comes here to the Port Royal Speedway. That is going to be a 360 Sprint Car Challenge. $4,000 to win for those drivers. And that is going to be presented by BCI in memory of Jim Bradley. And that's also going to be another Camera Autograph Night here on Saturday, May 16th. And then Brad, right there, Memorial Day weekend, as we are going to have the Bob Weichert Memorial, the richest paying race in Pennsylvania for the 410 Sprint Cars, featuring the Interstate Batteries Kubota High Limit Series.
Yep, May 22nd, May 23rd, and May 24th. You can already scratch that off on your calendar and plan to be with us here at Port Royal Speedway for Memorial Day weekend, night one with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. We'll also have the Wingless Sportsman on hand for that one on the 22nd. On the 23rd, we will have the 410 Sprint Cars and the Limited Late Models on hand. And then again, of course, capped off with the $100,000 to win Bob Weichert Memorial Finale, getting one of the coolest, if not the coolest, trophy in sprint car racing, that bullhead that is very coveted amongst all drivers around the country, and of course, a very nice $100,000 payday to cap that off.
Yeah, so plans are starting to come together for Memorial Day weekend with the Bob Weichert Memorial. We're going to have plenty of activities for you race fans that are going to be in attendance here at the Port Royal Speedway. We always have a lot of people camping with us over the Memorial Day holiday weekend. We're going to obviously have some fun times with you throughout the entire weekend, so make sure you come here starting on May 22nd as Packers Concessions, Falcons Brothers, Stanton Union Stockyards, and Weichert's Livestock present the Bob Weichert Memorial Weekend. We are just about wrapped up with heating the engines for the Penns Valley Meat Market Pennsylvania Sprint Series. Up first, we are going to have the River Rock Campground and RV Limited Late Models make their way out on the track for their hot laps.
19 cars signed in for competition for the River Rock Campground Limited Late Models here tonight. Lane Snook, the defending track champion in Limited Late Model competition. They'll look to get their first feature complete of the season with the makeup feature to come, and then, of course, check off the second one here as well later this evening.
So, again, we do have 5 features on the docket here tonight. 2 of them, we're going to run them right off the bat. That's going to be the 2 makeup features for the Limited Late Models and the 305 Sprint Cars. And then we will go into the heat races for the regular program. Don't forget to download the My Race Pass app something we started last weekend, and we are also live on the app as well. You can listen to the entire audio feed from up here in the booth all night long. So if you would like to listen to that, don't forget to download the My Race Pass app. They also have plenty of other things in store for you. You can follow all season long with live timing and scoring, and also we put all of our press releases on there, point standings, you name it. You also have fantasy racing on the My Race Pass app also, so don't forget to download the app today. As the first flight of hot laps make their way out onto the trackside, this is the River Rock Campground and RV Park Limited Late Models. Heading down the back straightaway from Louisville in the Dillman Hauling, Penske Supply, Berg Stresser and Son Distributors, Liberty Security Solutions, car number 11, that's Jackson Garmin. Jackson Garmin in the 11.
Coming out of turn number 4 right now from Path Valley, Pennsylvania, in the Freese Transportation, car number 7, that is Colton Freese. Colton Freese in the 7.
So I stand corrected. We do have 2 number 11s in the field tonight. The first one is from York in the PCSI Performance Service. Don Pytrax Carpentry, Blue Mountain Service 11, that's Sam Ryle. As Sam Ryle making his way just underneath the flag stand. Also out there, from Elliotsburg, Advanced Septic Service, Garmin Concrete and Construction, Alt Pro Customs 22F, that's Arden Fetter. Arden Fetter in the 22F.
Coming off of turn number 2 out of Petersburg, Pennsylvania, in the K&K Seal Coating Williams General Construction Diversified Investment Solutions, TV Transport 87, it is Eric Irvin. Eric Irvin in the 87.
And from Middleburg in the Stein Trucking, Strauss Electric, Winview Trucking, Creekside Auto Sales, car number 2, that's Andrew Yoder. Andrew Yoder in the deuce.
Trailing him from Shermansdale, PA, in the law offices of Derek Henry, Hefner Hauling, A and B, Surrey Alpaca, Sandy Spring Farm, 05. It is Mitchell Smith. Mitchell Smith in the 05.
Also out there in this hot lap session from right here in Port Royal, in the Feathers and Fur, Grassmeyer Auctioneering, MHT Transport, Steidinger Brothers Excavating 23. That's Lane Snook. Lane Snook in the 23.
Out there from Bel Air, Maryland, in the JSI Automotive Maryland Collision Center, 21M, you've got Matt Murphy. Matt Murphy in the 21M. As checkered flag waves here on hot lap session number 1 for the River Rock Campground and RV Park Limited Late Models.
As these drivers will make that hard left-hand turn and go into the infield, we are officially into the 19-second bracket. Right now, last year's track champion in limited late model competition is going to lead the way. Lane Snook in cart number 23. He's going to go to the top of the board. His best lap time was a 19.477, 19.477.
Andrew Yoder second with a 20.198. Ryan Zook third with a 20.553. Bradley Benton fourth with a 21.074, and Colton Freese, your top 5, with a 21.318.
So second and final hot lap session for the River Rock Campground and RV Park Limited Late Model is going to make their way trackside. Making his way into turn 1 from Greencastle and Hammerdown Customs, Beaver's Auto Body, Cunningham's Body Shop, Team PPM 70J. That's DJ Myers. DJ Myers in the 70J.
Just going past the flag stand from Millville, PA, in the Steve's Repair Shop, Garmax, Pressure Washing and Detailing, Star Portables 22 is Casey Steinhoff. Casey Steinhoff in the 22.
And going below Steinhoff there. Now we could say he's from Louisville, the Dillman Hauling, Penske Supply, Berg Stresser and Sons Distributors, Liberty Security Solutions 11. That is Jackson Garmin. Jackson Garmin in the 11.
And trailing Steinhoff in turn number 2. He's in the 12M here this evening. That is Tyson Mowry. Tyson Mowry in the 12M.
And from Rockville, Maryland, in the M&R Livestock, Stanton Union Stockyards, Cottle Fabrication, Chubby Trucking 11M. That is Doug Legum. Doug Legum in the 11M.
Coming out of turn number 2 right now, he's from Huntington, Pennsylvania, in the Martin Motorsports Racing, Barron's Race Engines, Bill Stein, Ashley Yoder Design. 13 is Brad McGinnis. Brad McGinnis in the 13.
And from Williamsport, Maryland, in the Kirshner's Water Pump, Home Source Roofing, Beard Guitar, Stein's Radiator 28. That is Dylan Pryor. Dylan Pryor in the 28.
Coming up to speed in turn number 4 from Millerstown, Pennsylvania, the MGM Mechanical, Jackass Distilling, MGM 7H. It is Meade Hahn. Meade Hahn in the 7H.
And from Shirleysburg in the Ketz Collision Repair, LaSalle Racing Engines, GFY Racing Supply 56R. That's George Dixon. George Dixon in the 56R. So after the first hot lap session of the evening, we only have one driver into the 19-second bracket. That is Lane Snook. A couple drivers getting close there, as they're going to see the checker flag this time by. You can see live timing on the left side of your screen for everyone tuning in at home on FloRacing, as this is going to complete hot laps for the River Rock Campground and RV Park Limited Late Models. Right now, Lane Snook is going to be fastest overall with a 19.477.
DJ Myers was fastest in that group with a 20.155, second quick overall, bumping Andrew Yoder to third with a 20.198, Jackson Garman fourth with a 20.329, and Ryan Zook, your top five, with a 20.553. So that completes hot laps for the River Rock Campground and RV Park Limited Late Models. Out will come the Penns Valley Meat Market PA Sprint Series 305 sprint cars, and that will bring in the voice of the PA Sprint Series, Miss Stephanie Donson and Caleb Newland.
Thank you, Brad and Earl. It's great to be back here at Port Royal. We were just here 2 weeks ago, this being our fourth race of the season. After a week off, we're back with nearly the same number of competitors as 2 weeks ago. We had 42 on 2 weeks ago. We're at 31, so we lost some drivers missing due to car damage over these last three races. Also, other IMCA Race Savers sprint regions have started up, so drivers now getting spread out between different tracks. But if you missed our last visit, Dylan Schatzer, Kenny Hefner, Jeff Weaver, and Johnny Scarborough were heat race winners. Tyler Schell won the B main before the A main was postponed. So out there on the Speedway, Caleb, going into turn number 3, that is Tyler Schell, who we just mentioned picked up the B main win last time. So he's heading into turn number 3. It is his second season with the IMCA Race Saver Sprints. On the backstretch, car number 20, that's Doug Dodson out of Middletown. Dodson having 14 wins with the Pennsylvania Sprint Series.
Also out there, rolling into turn 3, the driver is out of Lock Haven in the 52. That's Jeffrey Weaver.
Jeffrey Weaver, a regular since 2018, has a best of third here at Port Royal. On the backstretch, car number 44, that is John Bream. He hails out of Turbotville. He was a regular with the Pennsylvania Sprint Series in 2013 through 2014, took a 10-year hiatus, and then came back last year.
Also out there, rolling into turn 3, the driver is out of Carlisle in the number 25H. That is Chris Maleeson.
Chris Maleeson, a former 410 and Super Sportsman driver. He raced with Pass between 2002 and 2004. He's back with us this season. On the backstretch, car number 56, that is Tyler Snook. Tyler Snook out of Selinsgrove. He tried competing last night at Selinsgrove, had a brand new part go bad on him, and so we're glad he's back here tonight.
Also out there, rolling into turn 3, he's rolling into turn 3. That's the 98 of Croy Bazum. He is out of Mifflintown.
Behind him, I think that's the 28 of Jason Roush, possibly out there. In turns 3 and 4, racing Jason Roush hails out of Thompsontown.
And also rolling down the backstretch, you see the 61 of Johnny Scarborough Johnny Scarborough out of
Bomazine, Vermont. It took me a while to practice that one, Caleb. So he's from Bomazine, Vermont. Been racing sprint cars, though, for some time. He is in his 41st year of racing, a two-time Maryland State IMCA Race Saver champ. So even though he's from Vermont, he travels a lot. Behind him, coming out of turn 4, that's a 461 of Colton Hendershot out of Clear Spring, Maryland. He is in his second season, looking for his first top 10.
Now rolling off of 4 also in the 61 61B, that is Cole DeWeese out of Fayetteville.
Also out there on the Speedway as we get the green out here, so as cars pick up the pace, the number 7 of Drew Young. He's coming across a flag stand right now. He picked up the win last night at Selinsgrove, his second career Selinsgrove victory for the driver out of Beaver Springs. 0-1 at Timmy Bittner, also out on the Speedway. Timmy Bittner hails out of Beach Creek. Timmy picked up the win last Sunday at Clinton County Speedway. We also have the 75 of Dylan Schatzer, driver out of Hagerstown, Maryland, out on the Speedway. Dylan Schatzer looking for his first Pennsylvania Sprint Series win, but he does have wins with Virginia Sprint Series and Hagerstown. So caution comes out, checkered comes out for that first hot lap session. First of what looks like 2. And so far at the top of the charts, the 61D of Cole DeWeese with an 18.469 second lap. 0-1 at Timmy Bittner, second quick, and third fast, the 75 of Dylan Schatzer.
Get your attention on the grounds. We've got a winner of our weekly raffle. So Gloria Stuck out of Mifflintown, congratulations. You are the winner from the prize drawing down in the fan zone of the pressure cooker. So you can make your way back down to the fan zone to claim your prize. Again, Gloria Stuck, you are our winner of the pressure cooker from down in the fan zone. Congratulations. Make your way to the front of the commercial building to claim your prize.
Drivers start to roll out for hot lap session number 2. The first car you see on the bottom of the track, that is the 21 of Andrew Boyer. He is out of Port Royal.
Andrew wants to remind everybody to enter to win a camper and campsite for the Juniata County Fair. See the Boyer Racing Facebook page for details. Getting pushed off right now, that is the 19B. That is Tyler Brem. He was born in West Palm Beach, now lives around Pottstown area, driving for Neal Brothers Racing in the 19B.
Also out there now, about to go past the flag stand, the driver is out of Hollidaysburg. That's the 21C of Jarrett Cavallette.
Behind Jarrett and Andrew Boyer going into turn 1, car number 36, that is Mike Malaire, driver out of Warrington. He's in his 6th season with a best finish at Port here of 2nd.
Also out there, now rolling into turn 1, that's the 97 of Kenny Hefner. Hefner is out of Watsontown. He's been a regular since 2018. He has 7 wins with the series, and he is 3rd in pass points. Excuse me, he is 3rd in national points right now. He was 3rd in last year's points.
Caleb's trying to figure out what my notes say up here. All right, on the backstretch, the 1J of Reese Radeball. He is out of Boiling Springs in his 2nd season, looking for his first top 10 at Port Royal Speedway. Also on the backstretch in car number 90 tonight, that's Doug Lucas-owned number 90. That is Ken Duke Jr. out of Selinsgrove, a 3-time Pennsylvania Sprint Series champion, 2019 national champion. He's got 27 wins with just the PA Sprint Series. Again, 90 of Ken Duke Jr.
Behind him, the driver is out of Richfield. That is the 88 of Fred Arnold. He's entering his 10th season of competition. And his only win came at the 2023 Founders Cup.
Rolling through turns 3 and 4, that is Port Royal's own Mike Allman in car number 46. Mike, a Pennsylvania Sprint Series Hall of Famer. He competed in the very first Pennsylvania Sprint Series race ever. Right here in front, car number 80, that is Dave Wickham out of Hanover in car number 80.
Also out there, the driver who won last year's points championship, that is the 89 of Nick Swigert out of Myerstown.
Nick is also trying to be at the top of the win list. He has to beat out Garrett Bard, I believe. He needs, I think, 4 more victories to do that here at Port. But behind him, the 11E of Tyler Erdley. He hails out of Herndon. Rookie to driving. Of course, he's been around racing his whole life. Last night was running a strong third-place finish before his radiator mounts broke off, and he rolled across the line 13th.
Also out there, the driver is out of Milroy. That's the 32A of Austin Greenland.
Farther behind him, going into turn 3, that is a 5 of Braden Varner. Braden Varner, a Juniata High School student. He's in his 3rd season. He has a best of 5th here at Port Royal. Looks like the 0Z of Zach Rhodes, not able to get his car fired off here for this second and final hot lap session. Zach Rhodes, driver out of McVeigh. His season was cut short last year due to mechanical issues, and so it's a tough break for him as, again, beginning of the season, not able to get his car fired up for hot laps here.
So as cars wind down, quickest overall still is going to be the 61 of Cole DeWeese, and quickest in that second group there, it was the 89 of Nick Schweigert. So your top 5 overall after hot laps, that's Cole DeWeese, Timmy Bittner, Nick Schweigert, Dylan Schatzer, and Ken Duke Jr. rounding out the top 5. And now I'll hand it back over to Brad Strasser and Earl Hooden Jr.
Thank you, Caleb. So we will keep on moving. We'll bring out the Penske Racing Shock Super Late models next for their timed hot laps to come. Cars are scheduled to come out 4 at a time for their timed hot laps.
How the drivers are going to be starting for their feature events is going to be heads up directly out of these timed hot lap sessions for the Penske Racing Shock Super Late models. As we are going to be doing 4 cars at a time. Again, if you like to listen to tonight's audio feed, you can download the My Race Pass app right now. Something that we started last weekend's program, and we're going to continue that throughout the rest of the season. So you could see cars begin to roll off of turn number 4.
So these cars making their way out now. Heading down the back straightaway out of McLaurin, the Wilson's Auto Body, Kent Fire Protection, Snap-on. Number 3 is Tim Wilson. He's joined by the driver from Elliotsburg in the Flickinger's Paws and Claws Grooming Shop, McGowell's Diesel Fast Machine and Tool 15 is Scott Flickinger. Then you've got from Hampstead, Maryland in the Sharp Farms We Sell Sporting Goods, Fryco Bosley Towing 21 of Chad Myers. And final car in this group from Sealands Grove and the Nittany Tractor, Strauss Electric, GNR Excavating and Demolition, Gibb, Robinson Septic Service 24. That is Dylan Yoder.
Tim Wilson finished 18th in last weekend's program. He will be the first driver back down to the white flag. His first lap time, 18.919. Flickinger, second quick, a 19.236. Myers, third quick, a 19.280. Now Dylan Yoder will go to the top of the pylon at a 18.559, 18.559. Wilson, better on his second lap, still second quick at 18.734. Flickinger improves as well, still third quick at 19.227. Chad Myers slower on his second lap. He's still fourth quick at a 19.280. And Dylan Yoder, he's slower on his second lap at 18.733.
Next 4 cars to roll. First one comes from Mifflin, PA, in the Juniata Veterinary Clinic, Barry Siding and Seamless Gutters, SRI Performance VP Race Fuels 86. That is Austin Barry. He's joined by the driver from Beavertown, PA, in the Middle Swords Potato Chips, Northeast RV, Sealands Grove Ford, Kramer Funeral Home number 9 of Hayes Mattern. Out will come from Dover, PA, in the Superior Homes LeBaron's Auto Salvage 382 Auto Sales, New Industrial Services number 1 of Gene Knob. And fourth car out from Greencastle, PA, in the Langenfelder Mechanical Contractors, Anthony's Pizza, SKS, Ernie D Enterprises, St. Mary's Roofing, number 4, is Gary Stuhler.
Austin Barry, in his season debut last weekend, was able to muster up a 12th place finish. Hayes Mattern sits in the 4th in the point standings coming into tonight's event with 1 top 5 and 1 top 10. His season best finish was 4th, which came here on opening day on March 21st. Gene Knob finished 21st in last weekend's program. Best finish was 15th, which was here on March the 21st. As Gary Stuhler out there as well. Right now he's 9th in the point standings with 1 top 5 finish. He has 2 wins here at the Speed Palace. So driver is going to see the white flag this time by Stuhler. Clocks in 5th quick on his first lap at a 19.335. Austin Barry 3rd quick, a 19.192. Hayes Mattern to the top of the board with a 17.974. Now Knob goes 2nd quick, an 18.480. We are into the 17-second bracket. Stuhler improves on his second lap, still 8th quick at a 19.312. Austin Barry improves a 19.011. He's still 5th quick. Hayes Mattern slower on his second lap at time at 18.166. And Gene Knob also slower at 18.733. But right now, Hayes Mattern is going to be the fastest driver overall at a 17.974.
Out now from Clear Spring, Maryland in the Red Wing shoe. GDC Knowles Fire Protection, Chaz's Used Auto Parts 2J. It is Justin Weaver. He's joined by the driver out of Allison Park, PA, and the Johns Towing, Peluso Roofing, Fast Andy Racing, Stance Transmission 48 of Colton Flinner. Then out there in the C33 from Mifflintown, PA, in the Kastner Service Center, Susquehanna Auto Glass, Key Trucking, Burger King, C33 of David Stremme. And then you got the 06 from Shermansdale in the Mid-South Building Supply, Kruger Chiropractic 06. It is Mike Lufer.
Justin Weaver has 2 top 5s right now. He sits 3rd in the point standings coming into tonight's event. His first lap time is going to be 5th quick at an 18.942. Flinner, his first lap, he'll go 5th quick now at an 18.821. Mike Luper, a good one, 4th quick at 18.694 as he's over the cushion in turns 1 and 2. David Stremme, 12th quick at 19.513. Justin Weaver, second lap time, slower at 18.987. Right now he's 7th quick. Flinner also slower in his second lap time, 18.996. Mike Luper still 4th quick. He was slower in his second lap. And David Stremme slower on his second lap as well at a 19.717. So right now, Hayes Mattern still fastest driver overall over Gene Knob, Dylan Yoder, Mike Luper, and Tim Wilson.
From Winchester, Virginia, in the McFarland's Custom Painting and Wall Coverings, Fox Factory, Martin's Plumbing Service, North River Farm, 27, it is Trevor Feathers, joined by the driver from Mapleton Depot, PA, in the Barron's Race Engines, Wagner's Excavating, Tin Man Body Shop, Penske by JDS, D19 of Dylan Stake. Then you have from York, PA, in the McSherrytown Moose, M&M Painting and Construction, Suburban Bolorama, Stevens Crane Service, 24 of Rick Eckert. And the 22 from Indiana, Pennsylvania, in the Greg Satterley Motorsports Kaiser Manufacturer, all about Wraps Ride, it's Greg Satterley.
Trevor Feathers won opening day here with us. He has one top 10 finish, also sits second in the points, 5 career Port Royal victories in super late model competition. His first lap time is going to be 7th quick at 18.833, 18.833. Stake goes 12th quick on his first lap at 19.298, 19.298. Eckert on his first lap, 10th quick at 19.013. Greg Satterley, second quick at an 18.462. Feathers moves up the board, 5th quick now at an 18.664. Dylan Stake also improves, 10th quick at 18.951. Rick Eckert, can he improve? No, he does not. Slower on his second lap. And then Greg Satterley also slower. So right now, Hayes Matter, Greg Satterley, Gene Knob, Dylan Yoder, and Trevor Feathers, your top 5.
Out now to take time from Lewistown, Pennsylvania. In the Schmidt's Garage, Lost Creek Tree Service, Rocket Chassis, Penske Racing Shocks 211 is Jason Schmidt, joined by the driver from Pittsburgh, PA, and the Blue Mountain Energy Helltown Brewery, Jay's Auto Wrecking number 10 of Jared Biley. Then from Middleburg in the Creekside Auto Sales, Stein Trucking, Ritz Trans, Windview Truck and Trailer Sales number 0 of Andrew Yoder. And from Huntington in the Border Financial, Nutella Ridge Camp, K&K Seal Coating 66, it is Justin Can.
Jason Schmidt has a 17th place finish, which came here last weekend. His season best was 11th here on opening day. He will be the first driver to see the white flag as he was off the pace momentarily in the middle of turns number 3 and 4. So Schmidt, 17th quick at 20.222. Levi Yetter, 9th quick on his first lap, an 18.832 as we are side by side coming down to the start-finish line. Justin Can, 18th quick on his first lap at 19.608. Andrew Yoder, 20th quick at 21.222. Schmidt improves on his second lap, 14th quick at 19.074. Levi Yetter, slower on his second lap at 19.001. He's still 9th quick. As Andrew Yoder improves on his second lap, still 20th quick at 19.750. And Justin Can slower on his second lap at 19.700. Those drivers are 19th and 20th. So Justin Can is going to get another lap out there as his progress was impeded by Andrew Yoder.
So next crew of cars out there coming through turns 3 and 4 from Chaptico, Maryland, in the Coombs Bus and Truck Service, PSI Packs, Total Machine Cameron Construction 72 is Tyler Emery. As we're going to get the field reset. Can was impeded during his hot lap session, so it was going to be granted some more laps to take time, but then impeded the next group. So we'll get these guys stacked up correctly, give themselves plenty of space to complete their laps. Out there in this group as well from Georgetown, Delaware, and the Commonwealth Equipment, Stokely Materials, Wesley Collins Builders, Delmarva Hydraulics number 7 is Ross Robinson. And in the 25K from Lewistown in the Ams Oils, Asher's Chocolate, Prosser Power Group, Crawlworks ride is Cody Leiter.
So Hayes Matter is still the only driver into the 17-second bracket. Tyler Emery was able to get a 16th place finish here in last weekend's program. Ross Robinson has won top 10 coming into tonight. That was a 6th place finish last week. As he will go 13th fastest on his first lap at 18.992. Justin Can, 8th quick now at 18.771. Tyler Emery will see the white flag. His first lap is going to be 20th quick at 19.328. Robinson slower in his second lap at 19.202. Cody Leiter, 21st quick at 19.375. Justin Can also slower in his second lap at 19.087. Right now he's still 8th quick with an 18.771. Tyler Emery also slower on his second lap at 19.349. His driver's going to see the checkered flag. As we will continue with timed hot laps.
Out now from Shermansdale, PA, in the JRD Automotive, Red Wing Shoes, Jeff Jones Masonry, Baker Door Company, Clipper Magazine, 32J is Sean Jones. He's joined by the driver from Jupiter, Florida, in the Wilkerson Farms, Reineke Dunright Construction, Kaiser Manufacturing, number 6 of Clay Harris. And out there from Harrisburg in the JJH Law Firm, Jefferson Firearms, Afterburner Performance, Clements Racing Engines, number 5 is Chad Julius.
So first lap time for Sean Jones, 16th quick on a 19.050. Clay Harris, 9th quick on his first lap, an 18.800. Chad Julius, 25th quick, a 19.677 on his first lap. Sean Jones improved, 17th quick, a 19.021. Clay Harris slower, an 18.909. He's still 9th quick. Julius looks to improve. And he does not. A 20.038 on his second lap. He still sits 25th quick with a 19.677.
So this time out, it is Jared Miley. Announced him earlier. Again, he's out of Pittsburgh in the Blue Mountain Energy Helltown Brewery, Jay's Auto Wrecking entry. He's in a team car to Levi Yetter, who's in the 10-star, running very similar sponsor and scheme. Out there in the York PB Trust Leather Lumber Company, Frico Coleman Farms 121 is Tristan Niederer. So final 2 cars scheduled out to take time for the Penske Racing Shock Super Late Models.
So Hayes Mattern still fastest driver here in timed hot laps. Greg Satterley second, Gene Knob third, Dylan Yoder fourth, Trevor Feathers fifth. First lap time for Miley, 20th quick at a 19.251, 19.251. Niederer in the 121, 28th quick at a 20.124, 20.124. Miley slower in his second lap, a 19.491. He will be 20th quick. See if Niederer can improve. He does not. 20.337 for his second lap time. He will go 28th quick overall. So we like to congratulate Hayes Mattern, as he is going to be the fastest driver at the conclusion of timed hot laps for the Penske Racing Shock Super Late Models. The only driver into the 17-second bracket with a 17.974 at an average speed of 107.5 miles an hour. Second quick will be Greg Satterley. Third, Gene Knob. Fourth, Dylan Yoder. Fifth quick will be Feathers. Sixth will be Mike Lupfer. Seventh, Tim Wilson. Eighth, Justin Can. Ninth, Clay Harris. 10th, Colton Flinner. The rest of the top 15 looks like this. Levi Yetter, 11th quick. Justin Weaver, 12th quick. Dylan Stake, 13th. Ross Robinson, 14th. And Austin Berry, 15th. So that is going to wrap up hot laps for all of the divisions that are competing here this evening. Brad Strasser is going to make his way down to Kish Bank Victory Lane as we are about to get ready with this evening's opening ceremonies. So when we are done with opening ceremonies, we're going to go right into our makeup features. The first division that will be up will be the Penns Valley Meat Market Pennsylvania Sprint Series. As we need push trucks out on the racetrack, please. Push trucks to the racetrack. Again, don't forget, mark your calendars, be right here next Saturday. We are going to have the Keith Kaufman Classic for the Weckert Livestock 410 Sprint Cars. $15,000 is on the line. Also on the car going to be the USAC East Coast Wingless Sprints and the Wingless Sportsmen. 6 o'clock, the green flag drops. And then we kick off the month of May with the Weckert Livestock 410 Sprint Cars, the Penske Racing Shocks Super Late Models, and the Penns Valley Meat Market Pennsylvania Sprint Series. It's going to be Ladies' Night So all you ladies will get into the Port Royal Speedway for a $10 general admission fee. It's also going to be our second camera and autograph night. Saturday, May 2nd will be our first 7 o'clock start time. And then we are off on Saturday, May the 9th. And then we get right back at it here on May 16th with another PA Posse Series race with the Wagner Livestock 410 Sprint Cars. The Empire Super Sprints come here to the Speed Palace for a 360 Sprint Car Challenge, $4,000 to win there. That program for Saturday, May 16th is presented by BCI in memory of Jim Bradley. That is also another camera and autograph night. That show gets underway at 7 p.m. If you would like to take a look at the rest of the schedule for the Port Royal Speedway, make sure you check out our website at www.portroyalspeedway.com. We also have it on the My Race Pass app. Don't forget to download that as well. You can listen to the complete audio feed from tonight's racing program. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at Port Royal Speedway Trackside Media. You can also follow us on the X at Port Royal Speedway. So we are going to get the push trucks to stop here on the Speedway. And Brad Strasser, when you are ready, take it away.
Thank you, Earl. So we will move into tonight's opening ceremonies. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll ask you please rise, and gentlemen, remove cover. Presenting tonight's invocation, we will welcome in Pastor Bobby Landis for tonight's invocation.
One thing that the racing community does is take care of their own. Doug asked me to say a prayer for Tyler Ritchie. So we're going to do that as we pray. So, Father, we thank you for this evening, God, that we can gather here tonight. God, thank you for the opportunity to enjoy our evening together. We pray for safety over the drivers, the track workers, everyone here. Thank you for our EMS people, God, and we just pray your safety over everyone. May we get this race in tonight. And we pray for Tyler Ritchie, God, who's having some health issues at this time. So, God, Father, we thank you for your goodness, your kindness, your grace, and your mercy. And we pray it in the name of Jesus. And everyone said, amen, amen.
Thank you, Bobby. And presenting tonight's national anthem, Miss Tasia Landis.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh,
Thank you. So we'll keep rolling into tonight's program. Earl Hoon Jr., we'll throw it back up top to you.
Thank you, Brad Strasser. For everyone tuning at home on FloRacing, we are going to take a short commercial break, but when we come back, we are going to have our first makeup feature of the evening with the Penns Valley Meat Market Pennsylvania Sprint Series.
Race fans, thank you so much for joining us tonight here at Port Royal Speedway. Tonight is a busy night with 5 features on tap. The first of which is the makeup feature from April 4th for the River Valley Builders Pennsylvania Sprint Series, sponsored here at Port Royal by Penns Valley Meat Market. So we're going to jump right into that starting lineup, Caleb and I here, for tonight's makeup feature. On the pole, he hails out of Hollidaysburg. In the Mike Kleck Paving Fleet Reps M&M Landscaping number 21C, that is Jared Cavallett. To his outside, the driver out of Mifflintown in the Royal Beverage Stoner Pest Control Ramsey Car Wash number 5, that's Braden Varner.
Starting third, the driver is out of Lock Haven in the Weaver Radiator and Auto Repair. Strauss Electric, Peters Construction number 52, it is Jeffrey Weaver. And starting in the fourth spot, the driver's out of Watsontown in the Berkers Realty Services LLC. Morgan Paving, Easy Does It Drywall, number 97. It is the Watsontown Warrior, Kenny Hefner.
Inside row 3, your fifth starter out of Middletown. In the Paramist Racing Fuels Down East Granite Crockett Log Homes, number 20, that's Doug Dotson. To his outside, your sixth starter out of Richfield. In the Mandelville Excavating Kramer Sporting Goods CM Planning and Design, number 88, it's Fred Arnold.
Starting seventh, the drivers out of Bombazine, Vermont in the Scarborough Motorsports Precision Hydraulics and Oil, the Home Store Custom Modular Homes, number 61C, it is Johnny Scarborough. And starting in the 8th spot, the driver is out of Seneca, PA. It's the 4J of Jacob Gamola.
Inside row 5, starting in the 9th position out of Myerstown in the Fisher's Brother Construction and Mark Trucking Nitro Services, number 89, that is Nick Swigert. And to his outside, your 10th starter out of Hagerstown in the Hershey's Racing Engines Reliable Towing and Recovery Concrete Central, number 75, that's Dylan Schatzer.
Starting 11th, the drivers out of Mifflintown in the Matco Tools by Steve Hotch, Signorama, Ravage Apparel, number 98, it is Croy Bazum. And starting 12th, the driver is out of Fayetteville. In the Conduit Connections, E.H. Goshenauer, Greenville Pub and Grub, number 61B, that is Cole DeWeese.
Inside row 7, your 13th starter out of Clear Spring, Maryland. That is the 461 of Colton Hendershot. Into his outside, your 14th starter out of Carlisle. In the C&H Roofing, Bailey Landscaping, Radley Awesome Landscape, number 25A, H, that is Chris Maleeson.
Scheduled to start 15th, although he will not make the call, but he's in Japan right now. That is the driver out of Julian. That is Josh Spicer. And on his outside, starting in the 16th position, the driver is out of Turbitville in the Brain Mechanical Service, number 44. That is John Brain.
Inside row 9, your 17th starter out of Mount Pleasant Mills. That's a 35 of Colby Wolmer. Into his outside, your 18th starter out of Warrington. In the Ort Signs Bruner Service Center, number 36, it's Mike Malaire.
Starting 19th, the driver is out of West Palm Beach, Florida, in the Brian Drilling Parts Link American Display Signs and Graphics, number 19B, that is Tyler Brem. And on his outside, starting in the 20th position, the driver is out of Sealands Grove. He's out of Sealands Grove. In the number 90, that is Ken Duke Jr.
Inside row 11, your 21st starter out of Mount Holly Springs. In the More Than Tires Thriving Financial Fine Line Auto Body, number 85, that is Tyler Shell. And to his outside, your 22nd starter out of Beach Creek. In the 01, Joseph C. Hazel Klein's Auto Sales GP Cabinets, that's Timmy Bittner.
Starting in the 23rd spot, the driver is out of McVeigh in the Renegade Race Fuels and Lubricants Cold Tree Foundation Steelworker Tavern. Number 0Z, that is Zach Rhodes. And starting in the 24th position, the driver is out of Beaver Springs. In the Middlesbrough Chips, Keller's Auto Body, Steve Kramer Trucking, number 7.
And bringing up the tail, you're in row 13th, your 25th starter out of Boiling Springs. In the Fine Line Auto Body, Petty Flooring and Remodeling RV four-wheel drive, number 1J, that is Reese Radaball, and your 26th starter out of Mount Union. In the Rogers Auto Repair, Hot Shot, Powder Coating, and Sandblasting, number 53W, that is Jimmy White. So, again, we have some cars not making the call. Scheduled to start 8th, the 4J of Jake Amola. He's not in attendance tonight. Our 15th starter, Josh Spicer, currently in Japan. And our 17th starter, Colby Wolmer, unfortunately last night flipped out over the turn 3 and 4 wall at Sealands Grove, so not able to be here tonight either. We had some cars who are also having some running trouble. The 0Z of Zach Rhodes pulled in from Hot Laps. I don't see him out there either. He was scheduled to start 23rd. So we'll see who makes the call. Again, 20 laps will be the distance. We want to thank Penns Valley Meat Market for their sponsorship of the River Valley Builders PA Sprint Series here at Port Royal Speedway. They're Pennsylvania's hidden little treasure for smoked meats and cheeses. So you can check them out on Facebook at Penns Valley Meat Market or at pvsmokehouse.com. All right, lights are out. We're going to go 20 laps.
As they're going to work their way down the back straightaway into turn 3. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time to get moving and grooving here at the Port Royal Speedway, and the Penns Valley Meat Market 305 makeup feature is underway. Close quarters all over down in turn 1. They're 3 wide all throughout the field.
Out front, Jarek Havilat leads over Jeff Weaver, and then Braden Varner in that third spot. Kenny Hefner now taking third away from Braden Varner as we have a caution out on the speedway for the 7 of Drew Young, last night's winner at Sealands Grove, up along the wall in turns 3 and 4. Caution is out.
He got up over the cushion in turn 3 and smacked the wall really hard. Got up in the air, almost went over. Tough break there for Drew Young.
Drew Young had started towards the tail of the field. He was scheduled to start in that 24th position. Again, last night's winner at Selinsgrove. As we now see the 5V at Braden Varner, who started outside the pole. He pulls into the infield as well during this caution flag. So I'm not quite sure what's going on, but two strong competitors finding trouble here early on in tonight's makeup feature. In addition to Penns Valley Meat Market, we also want to thank Nitro Services for their Crew Chief of the Night Award. So Penns Valley Meat Market sponsors our season-long points chase along with our hard charger for every event. And then Nick Swiger, who's in car number 89 out there with the yellow letters. He was last year's champion here at the Speedway. He's sponsoring the Crew Chief of the Night Award to the crew of the winning driver. So that's for all of our visits here to Port Royal Speedway. So you can check out Nitro Services on Facebook. It's a residential and light commercial service provider based in Myerstown. So thank you so much to Nitro Nick. So if you missed our last visit here, when we were last here on April 4th, Dylan Schatzer, Kenny Hefner, Jeff Weaver, and Johnny Scarborough were heat race winners. Since then, we've raced at Hagerstown, where Logan Spar was victorious for his 16th time with the PA Sprint Series. Last night, Drew Young, who's unfortunately now getting hooked to the tow truck, he picked up the win at Selinsgrove. And so tonight, again, 5 features on tap for the race fans. We hope you were able to meet some of your favorite drivers during the Cameron Autograph Night. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So with Braden Varner going pit side, Jarrett Cavallett still leading over Jeff Weaver, but then Kenny Hefner in third, Doug Dotson fourth, and 88 of Fred Arnold currently fifth.
Drew Young getting the hook. Lots of damage to the front end of that car. He smacked the wall pretty hard. He's going to go to the outside pit area. And we are going to go lights out.
One lap down, 19 laps yet to go, so still a lot of racing left.
Green flag back in the air. Into turn one, it's going to be Cavallett still holding the lead. Jeff Weaver right there in the second spot. As we got a battle for fourth, Fred Arnold going to take that spot from the 28 Doug Dotson. And Cole DeWeese is off the pace on the back straightaway. Tyler Brem's off the pace on the back straightaway.
Caution coming out again, it seems. Cole DeWeese stayed out on the speedway, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. I think the caution originally came out for him. I'm not quite sure, though, but he had slowed. He's staying out on the track, and now the 19B of Tyler Brem heading pit side. All right, so Jarrett Cavallett, Jeff Weaver, Kenny Hefner, Doug Dodson, Fred Arnold having to go back that spot because we didn't complete a lap as he had slid under Doug Dodson for fourth for momentarily. Cole DeWeese right now in that sixth position over Nick Swigert, Dylan Schatzer, Croy Bazem, and Johnny Scarborough. Looks like the 20 of Doug Dotson slowing and going pit side as well. Dotson was running in that 4th spot, so he's now pit side. Jarrett Cavlett, Jeff Weaver, Kenny Hefner, Fred Arnold, and now Cole DeWeese, your top 5.
As we're going to roll back to the green flag. Green flag back in the air. Cavlett with another good start as they head down the front straightaway into 1. We'll see if Jeff Weaver has anything for him. As Weaver is going to get a little tight on the bottom side of the track, and Hefner is going to have a little bit of a run.
Battle in the middle between John Brame and Scarborough. Brame currently has the advantage there. Meanwhile, we have cars sliding up the speedway in turn 3 and 4 on the outside. That looks like that's Cole DeWeese trying to gain some space on the 88 of Arnold. But Cavlett still leading. Here comes Kenny Hefner to the outside of Jeff Weaver. Battle for second off of turn number 2, and Kenny Hefner takes that spot.
Hefner now rapidly closing in on the 21C of Jarrett Cavlett. Hefner running kind of the middle top line.
John Brame just picked up another position in the middle of the field, but yeah, Kenny Hefner trying to close in on Jarrett Cavlett. That continues.
Here comes Hefner for the lead. Off of 4, it's going to be close. Cavlett still holds it. Hefner coming right there on the outside. Coming to the line into 1. Hefner goes high. Cavlett's going to stay down low. Hefner has a run. He's going to be on his outside off of turn 2. Hefner takes the lead off of turn 2.
4 laps down, 16 laps to go. Can Kenny Hefner hold it? Here comes Jarrett Cavlett battling back side by side off of turn 4. We'll see who's going to be at the line. Looks like Kenny Hefner will officially be scored the leader that time by.
Cavlett kind of catches a run on the inside of 1 and 2. He's going to lose a ton of ground because of that. Hefner now going to get quite a large lead on him, but Cavlett closes back in 3 and 4.
Battle for 7th between John Brame and Dylan Schatzer. John Brame has been working his way quickly through the field. He started in that 16th position as he now takes another spot away from the 75 of Dylan Schatzer.
Contact in 1 and 2. Mike Malaire, look out. And oh my, cars got stacked up. He's going to keep going after contact with the 90 of Ken Duke. Fred Arnold round out. He collects Jeff Weaver.
Fred Arnold was running in that 3rd position, finds himself sideways in turns 1 and 2, and then collects Jeff Weaver, who was running 4th. So 2 of our top 5 now find themselves collected in turns 1 and 2. Fred Arnold having a strong run there in 3rd, just got a little too far sideways, and then Jeff Weaver collected in that as well. So that's going to stack the field back up. Kenny Hefner took the lead with 16 laps to go. We're now at 13 laps to go. Kenny Hefner last was leading over Jarrett Cavlett by 2 seconds. That now puts Cole DeWeese in 3rd, Nick Swigert in 4th, and John Brame from his 16th starting spot up to 5th.
So we're getting word that the 52 and the 88 are most likely done. The 52 for sure done. His rear axle is all jacked up, and the 88, I don't know if there's a ton of damage. He may be able to keep going, but we'll see for word on Fred Arnold. So Fred Arnold will be pushed to the infield, and they're getting Jeff Weaver on the hook. Tough break for both of those drivers. They were having really good runs, and unfortunately sometimes that's just the way it goes. And you'll get a look from the stands as Jeff Weaver is going to be pulled to the infield. You get a look at the damage. Looks like rear axle was definitely knocked out, and it is hanging pretty low. It's a tough break for him. Pretty heavy damage on that car.
Caleb, looking through the field for some other potential Penns Valley Meat Market hard chargers. The 0-1 at Timmy Bittner was scheduled to start 22nd. He's currently in he would be 7 spots with those 2 cars dropping out. So that's a gain of 15 for the 0-1 at Timmy Bittner. Also, we'll keep our eyes on the 44 of John Brame.
Lights are going to go out. It'll be Kenny Hefner, Jarrett Cavallette, and now Cole DeWeese pushed up to 3rd because of that incident. So we'll see what Cole DeWeese can do and if Jarrett Cavallette can charge back. I don't think Kenny Hefner really wanted to see that caution as he had a pretty big lead, but we'll see what he can do on the restart as lights are out as they roll into turn 3. And we are going to head back to the green flag. Cavallette's going to be right there, and so is Cole DeWeese. Into 1, Cavallette throws it down low. Hefner stays up high. Here comes Cole DeWeese and Nick Swiger with a run as well.
0-1 at Timmy Bittner trying to pick up another spot. We're going to try to he's making that 16 gain now as he's now going to battle the 44 of John Brame for that 5th spot. Meanwhile, Kenny Hefner leads that time by 0.8 seconds over the 21C of Jarrett Cavallette. Battle for 3rd between DeWeese and Swigert as cars continue to make their way through the field. Currently, the 90 of Ken Duke Jr. picked up another spot.
Here comes DeWeese to the inside of Cavallette. Swigert's also there. DeWeese with a slide job. Cavallette throws it around the outside. He'll keep the spot.
So while those 2 are battling for 2nd, the 97 of Kenny Hefner, he has checked out as he keeps extending his lead over the rest of the field. This is halfway, 10 laps down, 10 laps to go.
They were side by side again. Cole DeWeese was an inch or so away from his rear bumper there as they had entered turn 1.
Timmy Bittner, 22nd up to 5th currently. So strong run from that driver out of Beech Creek and last Sunday's winner at Clinton County. Kenny Hefner continues to extend his lead over Jarrett Cavallette. He is now 3 seconds ahead of 2nd place.
Hefner still extending his lead.
We've had 2 feature races so far this season. Kenny Hefner has finished 5th in both of them, and he is looking strong tonight as he keeps increasing the distance between he and 2nd place. .6 seconds ahead of the 21C of Jarrett Cavallette as the 89 of Nick Swiger tries to close in on the 61 of Cole DeWeese. Timmy Bittner in that 5th spot from 22nd.
Chris Maleeson and Johnny Scarborough battling towards the back of the field, and Maleeson's going to get by him. I just realized Timmy Bittner got around John Brame, and now he's looking to get by the 89 of Nick Swiger, and he has a run.
Timmy Bittner is now trying to challenge for 4th. If he does, that would be a gain of 18 positions, but slides up a bit just there as Kenny Hefner continues to just break away 4.2 seconds ahead of the 21C of Jarrett Cavallette as we are within 5 laps to go in tonight's makeup feature.
Kenny coming to 4 laps to go, but lap traffic, it's going to be a factor. How is that going to affect the distance between him and Cavallette, and can Cavallette close back in?
Kenny Hefner closing in quickly on lap traffic in the form of 53W of Jimmy White. Kenny Hefner made quick work of that.
He has 3 laps to go now, as the next people he will face are actually running his line. So this is going to be a little bit more of a challenge for him to get around. Oh, and Timmy Bittner, he has made 18 positions, and now he will slow on the front straightaway. And this caution is going to be a game changer.
Timmy Bittner, 22nd. He was running right behind Nick Swigert, I believe. That was in that 5th spot. So he had gained 17 positions and unfortunately now broke on the front stretch. He was a strong contender for that Penns Valley Meat Market Hard Charger Award tonight. Tough break for him with just 3 laps to go. Also, right before the caution came out, Kenny Hefner leading by 4.4 seconds over Jarrett Cavlett. And then Cole DeWeese, Nick Swigert, and John Brame, who's also putting on a strong run today.
We'll see if he refires, but it looks like he's not going to. And he's going to pull it to the infield. Tough break there for Timmy Bittner.
So now other hard charger contendees could be the 90 of Ken Duke Jr., who's gone from 20th up to 7th, so a gain of 13 spots. Ken Duke Jr. again in Doug Lucas's number 90.
Lights are out once again.
This is by far Jarrett Cavlett's strongest run here, as his best finish was an 11th at Port Royal previously. He's currently trying to chase down the 97 of Kenny Hefner. Kenny does have 3 wins here at Port Royal Speedway. Again, finished 3rd in last year's points chase for the Pennsylvania Sprint Series. 7 wins altogether, but 3 here at Port Royal Speedway. Cole DeWeese, who's running in 3rd, a rookie from 600 Micros, started Race Saver Sprints last year with quick success. Strong run for him as well in 3rd.
As we are going to roll back to the green flag, we'll see if Cavlett has anything for Kenny Hefner. There'll be nose to tail and nose to tail down into 1. Cavlett's actually going to go a lane higher than Hefner, and he has a run. We have a battle for the lead. Cavlett takes the lead back down the back straightaway. Hefner back to the inside to turn 3. Moves him up out of the way. Cavlett kind of starting to get a gap on Hefner. 2 laps to go for Jarrett Cavlett.
We'll see what Hefner does going into this turn. He does try the bottom side. We'll see if he slides up. Here comes Cavlett. Cavlett tries to switch down underneath him, but it doesn't work.
Into turn 3, Cavlett going to move a lane higher once again. He's going to have another run. Will it be enough this time? No, slide up a little too far. He's going to lose ground. White flag in the air for Kenny Hefner.
Nick Swigert closing in on the 61 of Cole DeWeese as he tries to battle for 3rd in this makeup feature side by side. Looks like Swigert's going to take that position away. Never mind, says DeWeese. And out front, the 97 of Kenny Hefner. He's coming around turns 3 and 4.
Off of turn 4. Battled with Cavlett for quite a while. He'll come off of turn number 4 to take the checkered flag in the win. Who will get second? It's going to be tight. Cole DeWeese gets 3rd, but Cavlett gets 2nd, and the battle for 3rd comes down to the wire.
Well, at one point, Kenny Hefner was leading by over 4 seconds over Cavlett, but after that restart, it did get close. But Kenny Hefner picks up his 4th Port Royal Speedway win over the 21C of Jarrett Cavlett, who has a best of 2nd here. His best finish so far with the IMCA Race Saver Sprints. Cole DeWeese in 3rd, Nick Swigert in 4th, Ken Duke Jr. up to 5th. In 6th, the 44 John Brame, 7th, the 75 of Dylan Schatzer, 8th, the 36 of Mike Malaire, 9th, the 25H of Chris Maleeson, 10th, 98 of Croy Bazem, 11th, the 61 of Johnny Scarborough, 12th, the 85 of Tyler Schell, 13th, the 461 of Colton Hendershot, 14th, the 53W of Jimmy White, and 15th, the 88 of Fred Arnold. And that's it for our feature. We're going to give the mics back to Brad and Earl as we have another makeup feature to go.
So we'll move into the next makeup feature, final makeup feature of the afternoon with the River Rock Campground and RV Park limited late models on tap. Here's how they're going to line up for their main event. Scheduled to start on the pole from Greencastle, PA, in the Hammer Down Custom Beavers Auto Body, Cunningham's Body Shop, Team PPM 70J is DJ Myers, and to his outside from Port Royal, Pennsylvania, in the Feathers and Furs, Grassmeyer Auctioneering, MHC Transport, Steininger Brother Excavating. Number 23 is Lane Snook.
Starting in the 3rd spot from Elliotsburg, Advanced Septic Service, Garmin Concrete Construction, Old Crow Customs 22F. It's going to be Arden Fetter. And rolling off outside row number 2 from Petersburg in the K&K Seal Coating, Williams General Construction, Diversified Investment Solutions, TV Transport, 87 of Eric Irvin.
Rolling off in 5th from Renovo in the Smith Excavating, Tannery Hill Farms, Fouts Valley Cattle, Close Racing Supply 58M is Maddox Smith. And his outside from Millville in the Steve's Repair Shop, Garmax Pressure Washing and Detailing, Star Portables 22 is Casey Steinhoff.
Starting in the 7th position from Middleburg in the Steins Trucking, Strauss Electric, Winneview Trucking, Creekside Auto Sales. Car number 2, it's going to be Andrew Yoder, and rolling off in the 8th spot from Louisville in the Dillman Hauling, Pensy Supply, Berg Stresser and Son Distributors, Liberty Security Solutions, 11 of Jackson Garmin.
Scheduled to go to the inside of row number 9 from Bel Air, Maryland in the JSI Automotive Maryland Collision Center, 21M is Matt Murphy. And scheduled to go to his outside would be the 12K of Jared Folker, not signed in this evening.
And starting in the 11th position from Mifflintown in the Zimmerman Truck Repair, Zook's Tech Service, Terror Farm, Drying 28Z, it's Ryan Zook. And then starting 12th from Path Valley in the Freese Transportation, car number 7 of Colton Freese.
Scheduled to start 13th would be the 28M of Tyson Mowry, and 14th starter from York, PA, in the PSI Performance Services, Don Petrax Carpentry, Blue Mountain Services, number 11 is Sam Ryle.
So it looks like we have 12 drivers making the call for the makeup show. When we are done here with this feature event, we'll see if the track crew wants to make a couple passes with the water truck. If not, we're going to go right into tonight's heat races. Up first will be the Penske Racing Shocks Super Late Models heat races. We will have 3 heat races for them. But the lineup is good. The John Schaefer Dodge Pace truck is going to duck into the infield. 20 laps the distance. This is the season opener for the River Rock Campground RV Limited Late Models of the 2026. We go green at the Packers concession chalk line. Here we go.
Good side-by-side start here between your front row. DJ Myers and Lane Snook practically level all the way down the front straightaway. Snook way up high, so Myers will have the advantage off of turn 2.
Myers is going to set the early pace, but here comes another run by Lane Snook. Myers goes up the hill in turn number 4, leaves that bottom side open for Snook. They'll drag race back down to the flag stand to complete lap number 1, and Lane Snook is going to be the early leader.
Now battle for the 3rd spot. Irvin up high. Casey Steinhoff goes by down low. Andrew Yoder in the mix as Jackson Garmin tries to work through a pack of cars as well, trying to work his way up through the top 10.
Irvin trying to find the short way around Casey Steinhoff to break into that 3rd position, but now he has to try to fend off Andrew Yoder, who runs in that 5th spot. Yoder's going to take the 2 right through the middle in turns number 1 and 2, and he has the momentum as he looks to the outside. Now a dip back down low of Eric Irvin in that 87. Great battle for 4th.
Yeah, good run here for Yoder this time off the top side of 3 and 4. Going to try to mount some momentum. Nothing doing as Irvin continues to put the dirty air all over the nose of the 2 of Andrew Yoder.
This battle within the top 10 right now between Eric Irvin and Andrew Yoder for that 4th position. Now Irvin's going to settle in right now in that 87, but still washes up the banking in turn 4. Leaves that bottom side open, and Andrew Yoder really sticks down low. Does he take that spot in the turn 2?
Yeah, got some good grip on the bottom side that time, did Yoder. He'll have the nose advantage for that 4th spot. Irvin trying to hang right there with him. That preferred lane's down low for those 2 cars. Yoder has it, and he'll look to take the 4th spot away off of turn number 4.
So we have 5 laps in and 5 to go. It's still all Lane Snook out front. He has a 2.7-second lead over DJ Myers, running 3rd, Casey Steinhoff. Andrew Yoder in 4th and Eric Irvin in 5th, but still Irvin not letting Yoder get away from him.
Yeah, trying to battle back off the top side of 2 is Irvin, keeping Yoder right in his sights. Yoder rolls it off the bottom side, maintains that lead as we got 14 laps remaining here in this main event.
And with those 2 drivers really going at it for that position, Jackson Garmin now starting to close in on that duo, who runs in that 6th position. So right now we're starting to shape up to have a 3-car battle for 4th.
Yeah, Jackson Garmin working his way up through the field in this one. I've been watching Irvin and Yoder go at it for a spot within the top 5. And now Garmin's going to have a good run here on the 87 of Irvin down the back straightaway.
And now we have the car stopping here on the bottom side on the entry at turn 1. Looks like that's going to be the 22F of Arden Feder, the driver that's going to bring out the caution flag with 13 laps to go.
So that will erase a 3.5 second advantage Lane Snook had built over the 70J of DJ Myers to that point. Myers and Snook, the two cars running in the 22-second bracket, but Lane Snook nearly a full second faster than that of DJ Myers before the caution flag came out, was running about 22 flat. Myers was running 22.9. Still got 13 laps remaining here in this A main.
Lane Snook has 4 wins in limited late model competition here at the Port Royal Speedway. That puts him 5th on the all-time win list. Trenton Brenneman, who sits 4th, has 7 wins. Then you have Devin Hart and Dylan Stake tied for 2nd with 11, and Andrew Yoder sits on top of the all-time win list with 14 wins in limited late model competition. So Federer's going to get the assistance by the push truck. The lineup is set. Caution lights are going to go out this time by still Lane Snook out front in the 23. DJ Myers going to restart 2nd. Casey Steinhoff in the 22 is going to restart 3rd. Andrew Yoder going to restart 4th. Eric Irvin in that 5th spot. Again, this is the season opener for the River Rock Campground Limited Late Models. Fortunately, their feature event got delayed to this weekend. We will have regular competition coming up later on the program to where they're going to have 2 heat races and another 20-lap feature event. Lane Snook looking good in the 23. He was last year's track champion in limited late model competition. Been dabbling a little bit in super late models here at the Port Royal Speedway. See if you can hang on here for another 13 laps. We go green at the cone here on the front straightaway. As the pace quickens off of turn 4, we get back underway.
And DJ Myers finds something to mix it up here with Lane Snook. Can Casey Steinhoff get something in the mix as well? Steinhoff looks to the inside of Myers, Irvin inside of Yoder. Everybody back rank and file within the top 5.
So Andrew Yoder now going to try to go underneath Casey Steinhoff for that final podium spot. We'll go side by side down this long front straightaway. Steinhoff will hang on to it, goes back down low and turns 1 and 2 to protect his position.
Just behind them, Ryan Zook just picked off Irvin and Garmin. He's moved himself up into the top 5 after completing that pass down the front straightaway and through turns 1 and 2. Yoder, he continues to battle with Steinhoff for that 3rd spot.
Now Ryan Zook moving his way up through the field. Zook now is going to go to P5. Really found something right through the middle side of this racetrack as we are going to be at the halfway point this time by Lane Snook, still out to a very comfortable 1.4 second lead.
Yeah, Lane Snook, the only car in the 21-second bracket that last time around. As he looks to stretch his lead over the field at the halfway point, it's 1.6 seconds between him and the 70J of DJ Myers.
Yeah. Zook looking pretty good right now. The only driver within the top 10 running the middle side of the racetrack. You see Jackson Garmin right there in the 11. Pulls to the inside of Eric Irvin. They'll go side by side into turn number 3.
Garmin will get by the 87 of Irvin there through 3 and 4. The 28Z of Ryan Zook. He's reeled in the 2 of Andrew Yoder, looking to improve his position inside the top 5, trying to get that 4th spot away from Yoder as they head down the backstretch.
Zook trying everything to get by the 2 of Yoder. He'll go up a little higher now in turn 4. Going to try to find some bite off the cushion. Has the momentum, but still Yoder taking the short way around the Speed Palace. He'll go back down low in turns number 1 and 2. Here comes Zook. Can Zook make the pass this time by? No, he cannot.
Willie looked to cross him over. He's all over the tail of the two of Andrew Yoder. Zook back up high, looking to mount a run and pull alongside Yoder here off of 4-0 doing. 7 laps remain here in this A main.
So Lane Snook out front has a 2.6-second lead over DJ Myers, Casey Steinhoff. That's your top 3. Andrew Yoder still trying to fend off Ryan Zook for 4th. Jackson Garman in 6th, Eric Irvin 7th, Matt Murphy 8th, Colt Freese 9th, and Sam Lyle 10th.
Lane Snook is the lead, continuing to grow, now out over 3 seconds over the 70J of DJ Myers. Lane Snook, your 2025 track champion here at Port Royal Speedway, as the caution lights come on.
So we have a car coming to a stop here off of turn number 4. I believe that would be the 21M of Matt Murphy, possibly there.
That would be correct. Yes, that is the 21M of Matt Murphy stopped there on the front straightaway. Cause of the caution flag with just 6 laps remaining here in this River Rock Campground and RV Park Limited Late Model A main event. Murphy will need the assistance of the wrecker, which will make its way down the front chute here.
So we'll have a restart, 6 laps to go. As you can see, Murphy getting out of his late model. He's going to have to get the assistance by the wrecker. Before the caution flag waved, the leader, Lane Snook, had a 3-second lead over the field. Obviously, that lead's going to be erased, and it's going to put everyone to the rear bumper come this restart.
Yeah, Lane Snook showing, though he is running the super late model a little bit more regularly, he has not lost a step, still in rhythm in the limited late model division, dominating so far in this one. But if the 305 feature was a show of anything, it doesn't necessarily matter. Restarts are really important. See if DJ Myers or Steinhoff or Yoder or Zook, anybody in the top 5 has anything here on this next restart to come.
Track really racy here as we're still in the afternoon, early evening part, as it is 5:33 Eastern time here in Central PA. Normally we would just be getting underway with hot laps on a daily program, but we had weather knocking on the door, so that's why we moved the program up 1 hour. Plus we had a lot of racing to get through here tonight. But we do thank all of you for coming out here to the Port Royal Speedway. Don't forget the big $15,000 to win Keith Kaufman Classic coming up here next weekend with the Weigert Livestock 410 Sprint Cars. As we're going to give the field one more lap to come around. USAC East Coast Sprint Cars, first visit of them of the season, will be on next weekend's program to go with the wingless Super Sportsmans. So make sure you make time to come out here to the Speed Palace for next weekend's Keith Kaufman Classic. So track is clear, lights are out. We're going to come back to green with 6 laps to go. It's been all Lane Snook out front in the 23.
Can he get right back into his rhythm? Can Ryan Zook continue to charge through the field in this one? He's putting a good pace on and got by Garmin and Irvin on that last restart down the front straightaway and through turns 1 and 2 to get himself into a top 5 spot. See if the 28Z has anything else for this show, as we'll go green at the cone on the front stretch this next time by.
So can Snook hang on for another 6 laps? We'll find out. Green flag is back out. Where does DJ Myers go in this restart? He'll follow Snook on the bottom in turns number 1 and 2. As Andrew Yoder has a run on Casey Steinhoff for 3rd. They'll go nose to tail underneath the raised landscaping scoreboard. Now here comes Yoder. He'll peek to the outside, travels up the hill off of turn number 4. Still lost a little momentum right there through the slick, but he'll gather it back in. He'll still look to the outside.
Yeah, probably launched a little higher than he would have liked, but built a good amount of speed down the front straightaway. Does it again there off of 2, and this time will power by the 22 of Steinhoff for that 3rd spot. Yoder staying up high. This time in 3 and 4. Zook going to try to follow him there. We got 4 laps to go. Can Andrew Yoder catch the 70J of DJ Myers for that runner-up spot?
Andrew Yoder found some speed, works the top here late in this one. 4 laps to go. Andrew Yoder still sits on top of the all-times winner list with 14 victories as he looks to take that 2nd spot away from DJ Myers.
Working the top side, Andrew Yoder finding his rhythm here late in this one. 3 more laps to go. Yoder trying to get that runner-up spot behind him. Ryan Zook trying to get the 4th spot away from Casey Steinhoff.
Myers making that 70J as wide as it can be off the turns. As here comes another run by Yoder. Yoder works up high. Does he pull to the inside in turn 1? No, he doesn't. He'll take it back up high. Meanwhile, as this duo battles for that runner-up spot, they're letting the leader, Lane Snook, get away as he has a 1.7-second lead as he will come to the white flag.
Yeah, Zook got his way past Steinhoff for 4th as Snook is starting to stretch his lead out, taking the white flag. His lead now grown out to 1.9 seconds. Comfortable here as he goes around for the final time.
Yeah, if Snook had a rear view mirror, he would be loving what he would see happening out behind him right now as he will make his way into turn number 4 for the final time, and checker flag is out. And Lane Snook is going to get his 5th Port Royal victory in his career, winning the season opener for the River Rock Campground Limited Late Model. 2nd goes to DJ Myers, and Andrew Yoder is going to round out the podium. So Lane Snook is going to pick up the season opener for the River Rock Campground Limited Late Models, getting his 5th career Port Royal victory. Here are your unofficial results. DJ Myers finishing 2nd, Andrew Yoder 3rd, Ryan Zook 4th, Casey Steinhoff in 5th, Jackson Garman in that 6th position, Colt Freese 7th, Eric Irvin 8th, Sam Ryle 9th. Then you're going to have the Matt Murphy in the 21M 10th, 11th, the 22F of Arden Fetter, 12th, the 12M of Tyson Mowry, Maddox Smith in the 58M, 13th and 14th, the 12K of Jared Falkroad. So Brad Strasser and Stephanie Dodson going to head down to Kishbank Victory Lane to speak with both of our winners from the makeup features. As Lane Snook passes post-race inspection, he will head down to Kish Bank Victory Lane to catch up with Brad Strasser.
Already pulled into Kishbank Victory Lane is Lane Snook in the Brenneman Excavating, Crider Mitchell Construction, Integra Racing Shock, Sunnyview Roofing 23. Got the helmet off, just working to get the safety restraints off before climbing out of the car and picking up his first limited late model win here at Port Royal Speedway in 2026. He'll climb out of the car. Let him hear it. Lane Snook, your winner here tonight. So we'll bring him down out front and get a quick word with Lane Snook. Lane Lane, right back in rhythm for where you left off in 2025. You were dominant even through the cautions. Talk about how good this race car felt.
Yeah, we were pretty good right there. I think I probably should have moved up. I moved up there the lap after the checkered, and the car felt a little bit better. Probably could have been a little bit tighter, but it was good enough to get the job done. DJ and I ran nose to nose in turn 1 there in the first lap, and I pushed a little bit, and then he just kind of missed the bottom a little bit there in 3 and 4, and I was able to sneak back by him, and then just trying to take care of my tires the rest of the race.
And talk about, you know, as the night goes on, you've got a whole nother event to run now, how you're going to prep with this track. Daylight surface now, a nighttime surface to come.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to keep an eye on the track here. With all it's already pretty much feature track, and we'll see if the moisture comes back up through or what happens. Hopefully don't take rubber, and I'm sure PD and Towsy will take good care of us. And I want to thank all my sponsors. First of all, I want to say this is for Tyler Ritchie. Him and his family are going through a tough time, and sad to see that, but I hope he gets better, and yeah. But I want to thank my mom, my dad, Garrett, Tommy, Bernard, Duke, everybody else that comes out and helps on the race car, Geniata Beverage, All-Star Performance, Fox's Pizza, Brenneman Excavating, Mexico Ridge Beef Farm, Duke's Diner, MHG Transport, JW Hanley Services, Crater Mitchell Construction, Feathers and Fur, Integra Shocks, Superfly Shocks, Swift Springs, Kaiser Wheels, Winners, Rear Ends, Falcons Transmissions, Dyers Top Rods, FK Rod Ends, I got to remember who's all on here, Adam & Sons HVAC, Gorsuch's Performance, BDR Products, Dynamic Drive Lines, Grassmeyer Auctioneering, River Valley Builders, Class 1 Transport, The Old Hatchery, Fraco Fabrication, Garmin Concrete and Construction, and Keister Karting Products.
Congratulations on a good run. We'll keep things rolling.
Thank you.
Lane Snook, winner in the River Rock Campground and RV Park Limited Late Model Division. We'll get a congratulations from Steve O'Neill. We'll pass it off to Stephanie Dodson to get a word with winner Kenny Hefner.
Do you think I should wait till he comes in victory lane, or should I just... We're going to move over to talk to Kenny Hefner before he gets his pictures taken. Trying to do multiple things here at once as the weather's been crazy. So you will get in victory lane for pictures, but congratulations, Kenny. You had 2 top 5 so far this season. You finished 3rd in the Pennsylvania Sprint Series last year. Strong run here, getting your first victory of the season. I think your 4th here at Port Royal for a total of 8. Congratulations. You had a strong season, like a strong start so far. Who's there to thank for that?
My crew, my sponsors. I got Brokers Realty Services, LLC. I got Morgan Paving, Easy Does It Drywall, Seth's Racing Engines. He gives me a ton of power. CSI Shocks, Chalk Stick, Torsion Bars. Yeah, pretty much that. And Jesse, I mean, he does a lot for me, so I won't be here without them.
You had, at one point, a 4-second lead, I think, but then you actually had a challenge from Jarrett. Did you have to change anything once you saw him there?
Yeah, that he was beating my bumper on that start, and so that second caution, I knew he had a good start and was going to go low. I went down the block, and sure enough, he got a good run on the outside and cleared me. And then we went down to 3. I almost took us both out. I didn't expect him to shut the door, and went in there, and it was everything I could do to keep us from wrecking. But everything worked out good, and here we are. We had a fast piece there, and hopefully we can get another one here tonight.
All right, congratulations to Kenny Hefner, your winner here tonight in the makeup feature from April 4th.
Thank you, Stephanie Dodson, and already you can see the Penske Racing Shock Super Late Model staging on the back straightaway. We are going to have 3 consecutive heat races for them, 8 laps the distance. Top 6 drivers moving on into tonight's 25-lap A main event. This heat race is brought to you by Ickesburg Beverage, located in sunny Perry County. It's always sunny on race day here at the Port Royal Speedway, and Ickesburg Beverage loves you race fans and thanks you for your business. Make sure you stop by Ickesburg Beverage on your next trip to the track. Starting on the pole, again, these lineups were lined up straight up after a timed hot lap. So starting on the pole from Beavertown in the Middlesworth Potato Chips, Northeast RV, Selinsgrove Ford, Kramer Funeral Home, car number 9, it's Hayes Mattern. Alongside him from Selinsgrove and the Nittany Tractor, Strauss Electric, GNR Excavating and Demolition, Gibb Robinson Septic Service, 24 of Dylan Yoder.
Rolling off in third out of Lewistown, PA, in the Wilson's Auto, Kent Fire Protection, Snap-on Tools 3 is Tim Wilson. And to his outside from Allison Park, PA, in the Johns Towing, Peluso Roofing, Fast Andy Racing Stance Transmission 48 is Colton Flinner.
Starting in the 5th position from Mapleton Depot in the Barron's Race Engines, Wagner's Excavating, Tim Min Body Shop, Penske by JDS. It's going to be the D19 of Dylan Stake. And rolling off in the 6th spot from York in the McSherrystown Moose, M&M Painting and Construction, Suburban Bolorama, Stevens Crane Service, 24E, it's Scrub Rick Eckert.
Inside of row number 4 from Elliotsburg, PA, in the Flickinger's Paws and Claws Grooming Shop, Flickinger's Heating and More, McGowan's Diesel, Faust Machine and Tool number 15 is Scott Flickinger. And to his outside from Greencastle, PA, in the Langenfelder Mechanical Contractors, Anthony's Pizza, SKS, Ernie Enterprises, St. Mary's Roofing. Number 4 is Gary Stuhler.
And final row will look like this, starting in the 9th position from Mifflintown in the Kasner Service Center, Susquehanna Autoglass, Key Trucking, Burger King, C33, it's David Stremme. And shotgun on the field, starting in the 10th position. In the York PB Trust, Lizard Lumber Company, Frico, Coleman Farms, 121, it's Tristan Nieder. Again, 8 laps will be the distance for the heat races here tonight. Top 6 drivers move on into the feature event. So lineup is good. Caution lights are out. We go green at the Packers concession chalk line there in turn 4.
Hayes Mattern, very impressive in timed hot laps. He starts inside of row number 1 here for the first heat race for the Penske Racing Shock Super Late Models. 8 laps, the distance in this one. Keep an eye on him and Dylan Yoder to his outside, Colton Flinner. Heavy hitters in this first heat race as green flag is out. We're underway.
So the first heat race of the evening officially gets underway. We were 3 wide momentarily. Colton Flinner tried something, had to get out of the throttle. Now here comes Dylan Yoder to the outside of Hayes Mattern, and he's going to be the early leader.
Rick Eckert, he's already up into the 4th spot. Battling his way up through the field as we still kind of battle for the lead. Leading lap number 1, it's going to be the 24 of Dylan Yoder. We got a battle for the 3rd spot.
Side by side at the flag stand. Eckert looking to go to the bottom side of Colt Flinner. Flinner takes that spot away. Hayes Mattern still keeping pace right now with the early leader of Dylan Yoder.
Side by side with Gary Stuhler and Scott Flickinger. That's a battle for the 7th spot. Stuhler able to take it away from the 15 of Flickinger with the 3 of Tim Wilson in his sights, nose to tail, as we're side by side for a moment for the lead through 1 and 2.
So whoever wins this heat race is going to determine a lot for the feature event. Whoever wins this heat is going to pull a pill back in the pit area to determine what the invert of the feature event is going to be tonight. Right now, Dylan Yoder has the lead, but Hayes Mattern thrown everything, including the kitchen sink, out to try to take it away.
Yeah, Hayes Mattern's been all over the 24 of Yoder, just has not been able to make the pass. Gary Stuhler further back through the field picks off another one. Stuhler will move himself up into 6 as Hayes Mattern hanging right there with Yoder, and Flinner starting to come into your picture as well.
I was going to say, good call, Brad. Flinner starting to track down Dylan Yoder and Hayes Mattern. Now Mattern peeks to the inside off of turn 2. Nothing there. They go underneath the raised landscaping scoreboard on the end of the back straightaway. Yoder got a little sideways, gets over the cushion, leaves that bottom side open for Hayes Mattern once again, but still Yoder has the momentum.
3 laps to go in this first heat race. Mattern down low once again with Yoder working the middle side of turns 1 and 2. Only 0.3 of a second between your top 2 cars at the line the last time by.
David Stremme calls it a heat race. He will go into the infield. Twin sticks are in the air. The battle starts to heat up once again for the top spot between Dylan Yoder and Hayes Mattern. Yoder puts it up high. Mattern tries to make it stick down low. Nothing there yet.
Mattern, I think, likes it to see Dylan Yoder push it all the way up high through 3 and 4 because he seemed to be running a little bit better than the 24 in that set of corners. But Yoder pretty good in turns 1 and 2. White flag is out this next time by.
So Yoder now has a 5-car length lead over Hayes Mattern. Colton Flinner still running in 3rd. Rick Ecker in 4th, Dylan Stake in 5th, and Gary Siller sits in that 6th and final transfer as they make their way down the back straightaway for the final time.
Dylan Yoder, he'll bring it off of turns 3 and 4. He will hang on to win the first heat race here for the Penske Racing Shock Super Late Models. Hayes Mattern will finish in 2nd. Colton Flinner will finish in 3rd. So that will bring all cars across here for heat race number 1. Picking up the heat race number 1 win is the 24 of Dylan Yoder. Finishing 2nd was the 9 of Hayes Mattern. 3rd, the 48 of Colton Flinner. 4th, the 24 of Rick Eckert. 5th, the D19 of Dylan Stake. And in 6th, the 4 of Gary Stuhler. Finishing 7th was the 3 of Tim Wilson. 8th, the 15 of Scott Flickinger. 9th, the 121 of Tristan Nieder. And credited with 10th, the C33 of David Stremme.
Second heat race of the night is brought to you by Harshberger Sub and Malt, serving you at 2 locations, one in McVeigh and the other in Mifflintown. They serve great food in a 50s mood. They offer 24 flavors of homemade ice cream and great daily specials, including 50s Night Wednesdays. You can go like them on Facebook today.
Heat race number 2 is going to line up like this, starting on the pole from Indiana, PA, in the Greg Satterley Motorsports Kaiser Manufacturers All About Wraps Classic Inc. 22 will be Greg Satterley, and to his outside from Winchester, Virginia, in the McFarland's Custom Painting and Wall Coverings Fox Factory, Martin's Plumbing Service, North River Farms. 27 is Trevor Feathers.
Starting in the 3rd position, the driver is from Huntington in the Border Financial Nutella Ridge Camp, K&K Seal Coating. 66, it's Justin Can. And starting in the 4th spot from Cabot in the Helltown Brewery, Thrower Concrete, Blue Mountain Energy, 10-star of Levi Yetter.
Rolling off in 5th from Georgetown, Delaware, in the Commonwealth Equipment, Stokely Materials, Wesley Collins Builders, Delmarva Hydraulics. Number 7 is Ross Robinson. And his outside from Shermansdale, PA, in the JRD Automotive, Red Wing Shoes, Jeff Jones Masonry, Baker Door Company, Clipper Magazine. 32J is Sean Jones.
Going 7th from Pittsburgh in the Blue Mountain Energy, Helltown Brewery, Jay's Auto Wrecking. 10, it's Jared Miley. And starting in the 8th position from Chaptico, Maryland, in the Coombs Bus Service, PSI Packs, Total Machine, Camera Construction, 72 of Tyler Emery.
And then out of Harrisburg in the JJH Law Firm, Jefferson Firearms, Afterburner Performance, Clements Race Engines. Number 5 is Chad Julius.
So who are going to be the next 6 drivers to move directly into the feature event as Greg Satterley, Trevor Feathers bring the field down to the Packers concession chalk line. We get underway. Great start by Greg Satterley as he will lead them in the turns number 1 and 2.
3 wide, nearly 4 wide off of turn number 2 is Trevor Feathers. He's going to move himself up into the 2nd spot, getting by the 10-star of Levi Yetter as they battle for position there through the first set of corners. They'll continue to battle for position off turn number 4. Watch the 66 of Justin Can working way up high. He's sitting in 5th.
And trying to find some bike, got sideways there. He needs to be careful now as he will go on the bubble. Is Tyler Emery going to go underneath Sean Jones? That's a 3-car battle for the 6th and final transfer down the main straightaway.
Yeah, Emery trying to be careful there on the bottom side of the racetrack, just hugging the inside wall, trying to pick his way up through the field and get into one of those transfer spots. He's battling with the 66 of Can for that 6th spot here right now as they're side by side heading into 3.
Emery had a nose there on Can for that final transfer spot. Can he bring it back down to the start-finish line to complete that pass? Yes, he can. So now Tyler Emery is in that 6th and final transfer. It's still all Greg Satterley out front. Believe it or not, we only had 2 features so far for the Penske Racing Shock Super Late Models this season where Trevor Feathers and Max Blair were able to pick up the win. Satterley has been very successful on Friday nights over at the Selinsgrove Speedway where he was able to pick up the win last night. But believe it or not, Brad, he's still trying to find Kish Bank Victory Lane for the first time here in 2026.
And he's no stranger to Victory Lane. Greg Satterley, always a favorite when he shows up in the pit area. He's one to watch. He's one the drivers talk about. when they see that rig parked up in the back of the pits there off of turn number 4. Right now, comfortable 2.9 seconds over the 27 of Trevor Feathers.
Feathers still runs in second. Levi Yetter third. Ross Robinson in fourth. Jared Miley fifth. Tyler Emery still in that sixth and final transfer. However, he's going to tend with that fifth spot where Jared Miley, they both work the bottom there in turns 3 and 4.
Emery, the 2024 Appalachian Mountain Super Late Model Speed Week champion. So he is definitely a talented driver, just having to pick his way through the field after a tough time trial effort earlier this evening. Can't get by Miley there through turns 1 and 2 as Greg Satterley will see the white flag.
Half mile to go here on the second heat race of the evening. Greg Satterley, smooth and straight right through the slick. I heard Lane Snook talk about this is pretty much a feature track here, so you got to think Satterley good in the slick. Track's going to get slicker throughout the night. He'll pick up the heat race win. He'll be a contender. As finishing in the second spot, give to Trevor Feathers, and finishing in third, Levi Yetter.
All cars across, heat race number 2 in the books. The 22 of Greg Satterley picks up that heat race win, finishing second, the 27 of Trevor Feathers, third, the 10 star of Levi Yetter, fourth, the 7 of Ross Robinson, fifth, the 10 of Jared Miley, and in sixth, the 72 of Tyler Emery. Finishing in seventh, the 66 of Justin Can, eighth, the 32 J of Sean Jones, and ninth, the 5 of Chad Julius.
So third heat race about to make its way trackside. It's going to be brought to you by Buntwood Campground, located just 2 miles from the Speedway along the Juniata River on East River Road. With over 270 tent and RV campsites, Buntwood Campground has an atmosphere of mountains, rolling farmlands, and fresh country air to complete your camping experience. Make sure you plan your next trip to the races and camping experience around Buntwood Campground at